Ghana is a food-secured agrarian country with more than 50% of its workforce engaged in farming for their livelihood. But over the last few decades, Ghana's capacity to feed its population has been challenged by a changing climate.
Erratic rainfall, more severe harmattan are becoming the new normal. These are wreaking havoc on non-irrigated agriculture.
For a lot of farmers, these problems are personal. Majority of them are small-scale producers who live from hand to mouth. So when the crop fails because of bad weather and diseases, their lives come to a standstill.
Currently, we are in January. We expect that you see a weather full of cloud and the weather is very chilly. But this time, from December up to this time, we need to be experiencing those conditions. This time, they are not there. The weather continually becomes very warm. And so when you even produce this disease, blast, sometimes it catch up with the rice at a tender age.
These challenges that farmers face is what motivates 56-year-old Vice President of the National Association of Farmers and Fishermen, John Aoku-Jiwonu, to be a champion for change. John manages a 10-hectare rice farm in the remote village of Esutuare, some 80 kilometers away from Ghana's capital city, Accra.
I was born here, having stayed with my uncle when I was very young. My uncle was a prominent rice farmer and a cattle owner. So I have also entered into that profession.
Unlike most of his colleague farmers whose farms are mainly unproductive and thus remain poor, John lives a fairly comfortable life. He resides in a decent home and has managed to educate his children in Europe. John's wife of 30 years, Camelia, attributes his success to his love for agricultural innovation.
To me, he's a hard-working person and outspoken person. He's ready to learn, whether he knows it or not, he's ready to learn from every angle. That's how he made it.
John has had training in Europe and the USA. He's learned about the harmful effects that wrongful application of chemicals to deal with pests on the farm could have on human health.
I remember some of my few cases who were spraying. Gradually, they bioaccumulated those pesticides in them. And I noticed that maybe their death was not, after all, the evil forces or the witches that we had in the family that killed them. It was these pesticides.
But he says they cannot work without them, so he has a lot of them stacked up in his farm store.
This is Gramazole that I use to control the weeds in the drain and the latrines.
Ghana is currently in the process of testing GMO crops that are resistant to pests and drought. In a largely conservative society, people are apprehensive about the technology, but not John.
The farmers must be able to uptake some of this new technology and be able to discuss it with their colleague farmers so that we can adapt it.
John's colleague farmers like Charles are grateful to him for the time he takes off his schedule to educate them about biotechnology. But he says government must show more political will in support of the technology.
If they really go into it and they accept this biotechnology practices, and it's good for Ghana, which I learned will also increase our yield, fine.
For John, there is a future for farming as a lucrative profession. One's mindset on innovative technology changes for the better.